Hello, YouTube pals, and guitar pals, and Facebook pals, and all you pals. Today, we ought to come together and think about something really important. I'm sitting here wearing proudly my Edward Van Halen shirt, playing my ancient Bumblebee Charvel. Yesterday, my sister sent me a note. And it wasn't unexpected, but it still hit me pretty hard that Edward Van Halen is battling cancer right now. Now, there's been a lot of mystique around the Van Halen camp for really, a year or so. And rumors and this, that, and the other. And really, I could care less about all that. The one important thing that I think about is Edward Van Halen. Edward Van Halen was a big impact on me as far as the guitar, as far as going out and having a good time when I was at the age when I didn't have kids and wasn't married, and life was a lot more simple. I saw Van Halen in concert 8 different times, and every single time I came away from the shows thinking, man, that was fun. Edward Van Halen did a lot of things to change the way that we play guitar, the types of guitars that we play. There's a lot of things that he's done. And with today's social media, and all the bad things that you hear about this, that, and the other, sometimes we take really important things a little bit more lightly because we're getting blasted with it all the time. But this is one of those things, one of those times when we really need to think about this individual. Van Halen as a group has been around for more than 40 years. They put out a lot of music. They spent a lot of time out there entertaining, you and I and the world. And to find out that Edward is having a pretty rough time with illness is, it's something to think about. We got to take into consideration of ourselves. Think about when a family member or you may have had, a serious illness like this. I've looked on the media and I've looked on YouTube, read comments by people arguing about the reason, behind it and this, that, and the other. And I sit and think, what difference does that make? What's important is you got somebody that a lot of us look up to. He's kind of a hero figure, an iconic figure. What difference does it make? The thing is, he's got a problem, and we need to be thinking about him. I think I've only seen 1 or 2 YouTubes out there so far, and I think there needs to be more. I think if Ed gets on and sees something, I think we ought to give him a positive message, and that is that we're thinking about him. We're listening to his music, trying to play his music, and we're thinking about all the good things that he shared with us for all these years. And number one, Ed, if you do see this, I want you to know how much I appreciate everything that you've done. And I also want you to know that medicine's gotten a lot better, as you probably are finding out, and they can do a whole lot more than they can just 5 years ago, especially with these serious illnesses. My father went through lung cancer 4 years ago and lost a lung, and he's 84 years old and he's still going. So that's something to think about. They can do a lot of things to help. And my father's been cancer free now since his surgery. I'm thankful, and I want you to think the same way. They can conquer this. You got to be tough. Go through the days that you feel like crap. You don't want to see anybody. You don't want to hear from anybody, but you keep going and enjoy your life. Don't worry about getting out and getting on stage and playing in front of people. Worry about making yourself well and enjoying yourself. We're all getting at that age to where you got to think about that. So that's my pedestal today. I think everybody should think good thoughts, send good vibes to the Edward Van Halen family. He, his wife, and his son, and all the guys. So everybody, peace. Turn on your Van Halen songs. Get out your Van Halen guitars. Crank up your amps. Play a song. Think about the guy that made us do. Things like that. Peace.